Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I really don't know what's going to be coming through today's reading. So with that being said, I am really just going to be allowing the energy to guide the messages today. So if you do have any intentions you'd like to contribute, you can do so by commenting under this video or speaking them out loud, writing them down, whatever works for you. Because I am leaving this reading a bit more open-ended, that means that your intentions will be even more strongly energetically felt. So you can also transmit your energy in a stronger way by liking the video or subscribing to the channel if you feel guided to do so. These are forms of energetic transference that sometimes help me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. By the way, I have my plain black coffee here, so hopefully you have something to eat or drink while you're listening to this reading, and I am going to take a quick sip of that now before we get started. So the first thing I want to address is for a specific divine feminine. Divine Feminine, I have been picking up messages that you have been really glowing lately in a different way, in a way that people are noticing. And the word unbothered is coming through, like you are detached in the best way from other people's maybe potentially negative energies or opinions, ideas that they project onto you. I'm literally seeing this golden bubble of light around you, like encompassing you. And I feel as though this represents a kind of divine force field of protection, so to speak. But there is another message coming through here as well, that for a divine feminine listening, there may be a person or a situation or an opportunity or something that you've been potentially desiring or wanting to manifest. And I'm hearing it's not time yet, which is really interesting. So I feel that for someone, you are perceiving into a futuristic potential when it comes to a person, an opportunity, something in your life. And first of all, I feel that your guides want you to know that you are very correct in sensing the potential of whatever this is. But the message coming through is that things are being orchestrated here behind the scenes, things that you may not necessarily be fully consciously aware of. To orchestrate, I'm hearing to orchestrate a meeting. Maybe for some of you, this involves you meeting with someone or meeting someone for the first time. Like you could be manifesting a meeting with a certain kind of person in your life, or a reunification of some kind of reunion with someone in your life, meeting up with someone from your past. But if that is the case, I'm getting the answer isn't no. The answer is relax and allow this to be orchestrated in divine timing while you refocus on yourself. And that glow will be an evidence that you are focusing on yourself, because I'm hearing you look so lit up when you are pouring your energy, your attention, your focus back into you. And that self-focus is actually showing even on your visible physical appearance, because most people don't even realize that what they consider to be beautiful or attractive, or when they feel like something has or someone has a glow about them that they can't really place, they may not consciously know where it's coming from, but unconsciously they are picking up on that person's energy. And in this case, I feel like many people are coming across you thinking that you're very beautiful or very attractive, or that you have this glow, this radiance to you that they can't quite place or fully understand. And it's actually your self-focus. I'm hearing that is your magic that you are pouring back into yourself and releasing attachments to how other people or things respond or react to you. I'm also picking up kind of an energy of what I like to refer to as divine apathy from the divine feminines. Specifically, what I'm getting is the statement, if it's not aligned, I don't want it. And this actually could be something powerful to write in the comments section. If you really want to lock in this energy, you could type in the comments, if it's not aligned, I don't want it, because I feel that this affirmation is really going to lock you into that frequency of total self-focus that blocks out all of the noise, that blocks out everything that wouldn't necessarily be aligned with your highest timeline. I've been speaking about this quite a bit on my Instagram, which, by the way, I would love for you to follow me there. My Instagram is @MagnetizeYourself. But we've been talking about your shifting role as a light worker in this collective. Many of you have gone through this powerful shift recently where you are shifting from being what I refer to as a bridge builder to being a frequency holder. What this means is that in the past, you may have felt responsible for someone else's healing process, and you may have even felt as though it was your duty to get down with them wherever they were in the middle of the thick of that process, to get into the darkness with them and to kind of hold their hand, working their way up to the light. And now what I'm picking up is that you've been guided to really protect your peace, protect your energy, recognizing that your peace and the energy you are holding, this super high vibrational frequency that you are carrying, is actually the gift that you are giving the collective, that you are giving others, because it's actually naturally by you holding that frequency, it's calling people up into a higher version of themselves. But first, it is mirroring them. And this can be very alluring to some and very triggering to others, depending on their level of self-awareness within themselves. What this means is that when you are vibrating at a super high vibrational level, as I feel many of you have solidified this consistent high vibration that you are holding this frequency. What's happening is you are reflecting back to others their own highest potential that they are sensing through themselves whenever they see you, whenever they interact with you. I'm getting for many of you, this doesn't even require interaction. I'm hearing even when they engage with what my guides are calling extensions of your energy, which, by the way, are your creations. Like maybe you have a platform, a business, things you share, things you create, things you post. Even when people engage with or consume your creations, they are met with this energetic mirror where they are, through absorbing whatever you're creating or through being with you literally, they are, in essence, feeling their higher self moving through them. They are seeing this reflection unconsciously of a higher potential within themselves. And that is either going to be intimidating to them or very alluring to them. Again, depending on their level of consciousness, their level of awareness, and their willingness to go deeper within themselves when it comes to developing a deepening self-awareness. And so this is why you've been noticing yourself being so polarizing, but again, in that state of detachment. Like, I feel you recognize on some level that you are polarizing, that people are being repelled away from you or attracted to you, but you're just up here in this glowing state of radiance. You're just up on your higher timeline, affirming internally to yourself, if it's meant for me, it will find me, it will connect with me, it will align with me naturally. And how people react or respond to me isn't my business. That's kind of the affirmation that I feel playing through your energy system. And it's so powerful because that is what is keeping you aligned with your highest timeline at this time. Now, with that being said, I feel that if you're part of this group that's experienced the shift from being the bridge builder to the frequency holder, it's so important for you to listen to that intuitive guidance within yourself and not to give in to the temptation that we sometimes feel to lower your vibration temporarily for a person to kind of dip into their frequency or their reality in order to pull them up to where you are. I'm hearing that doesn't work anymore. Everyone has to take accountability for their own energy and for how they are responding to you and for whether or not they are willing to rise to your level or whether they would prefer to stay where they are. Because I'm hearing some people still have lessons to learn in the loops that they are replaying, but those are not your lessons to learn. You've graduated from those lessons. You do not need to, and in fact, it would not be beneficial for you to replay the loops that others may be experiencing because they may still have something to learn there. That may be optimal for their personal growth at this time, but it's not optimal for yours because you've already graduated out of those lessons. You've already broken free of those loops. You can't fit back into that box anymore. So I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee here. And I'm getting the names Rose and Emily, so those could be someone's name here. I am going to be shuffling just to see what else I can channel for our beautiful divine feminines listening here. I'm seeing something about the month of July. So July could be a significant month for you. I'm also picking up something about Cancer sign energy astrologically. You could have Cancer energy in your chart or someone's chart connected to you in some way. Okay, the first card here is the Page of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, so a Ferris wheel could be significant to someone. There's wounded inner child energy coming up here, and I'm picking up that the way you are living now is like holding the hand of your inner child. I literally see you holding hands with this younger version of yourself. And I'm hearing that for some of you, you may even be encountering past versions of yourself through people that you are inspiring, helping, or healing at this time. So you may notice that, for example, you cross paths with a person who you feel guided to say a kind word to or have a conversation with or to guide in some way, to assist in some way. And you may actually realize that this person holds the frequency of a younger version of you. And it's almost like through something that you are giving to them or a way that you are helping them, you are actually healing a past version of yourself as well. I'm hearing you're closing the loop because that past version of you needed someone like you and didn't have that person at the time. So now you are showing up in the world as the kind of person that younger you needed, that wounded inner child needed. And that is actually healing that previously abandoned part of you. Now, I am getting that for some of you, the way you are healing your inner child is through something that you are creating or putting out in the world. And somehow you doing this, I'm hearing you have a lot of eyes on you. You have people that are aware of you stepping into your power in this way, people who are aware that you are, I'm hearing creating in the dark, like creating in the unknown, putting your creations out there when you don't know exactly where it's going, and that people watching you are feeling deeply inspired by the way that you are creating with your truth. I'm hearing creating with your past as well. So you may be taking past things that happened to you, situations that were really difficult, or I'm even hearing unresolved. There may be situations from your past where there may never be a true resolution in the physical. It may always feel unfinished in the physical, either because the other person or people involved don't want to resolve it with you, or just something inherently about it can't be resolved. I'm not sure what the case is here, But I'm hearing that when you create with your past, you resolve the unresolvable, meaning you take those past events, connections, situations that may not ever have a literal physical resolution, and you close the loop within yourself so that you are no longer carrying around the weight of them on your end. Here we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. Someone could be feeling a little bit creatively hesitant or creatively blocked lately. I feel like this won't be for everyone. I'm hearing a change in environment could be helpful because I'm seeing a really urban area and then I'm seeing someone go from that to getting out into nature. Now, this might not be literal, but I'm getting that changing your environment or getting out into nature more could actually help to stimulate some of that creative energy. We have the Eight of Swords here as well. I feel someone's taking their power back from a situation where they felt like a victim. Yeah, the King of Cups in the upright position, almost like someone felt emotionally trapped in a past situation is what I'm picking up on. And this may have been that situation that was never fully resolved in the physical realm. I'm seeing something about the lips. This could have to do with speaking or something like that. Yeah, because I'm hearing like my lips are sealed. I feel as though there was a situation from your past that you felt emotionally trapped in, that you also felt like you weren't allowed to talk about, or that you shouldn't talk about for some reason. But there are other people I'm hearing that are still stuck in a similar or the same situation. And I'm hearing you're creating for them and you're creating for the younger version of yourself that didn't have a voice, that couldn't speak her truth for whatever reason. I'm seeing pink fingernails for someone. This is really interesting because what I'm picking up is somewhat complex. I'm hearing you left something there. You left something there. The feeling I'm getting is, this is going really deep. I feel like this is going to come up in future readings, but I feel as though you left something behind, but not all of you came with you energetically. So this may have been a relationship, a place, maybe a dynamic, a belief system, a group system. But I feel like I'm hearing you escaped something, and it really does feel like an escape. It feels like I'm hearing it had to be that somehow you couldn't fully say goodbye to this thing or this person or this situation or this place, that you had to escape it without giving it a proper send-off, maybe for your own emotional safety. But what I'm getting is because the ending was so abrupt and because it never got a proper goodbye or a proper send-off, there's been this open loop within you. And I'm getting that a sign you can know that you left something there, like you left a part of yourself there energetically. A major sign of this is that you constantly feel yourself pulled back there, or you get these flashbacks, even though you know that it wasn't beneficial for you, that it was bad for you in some way. You'll still get these flashbacks and you'll feel emotional and they'll feel so vivid. That often means that there's something unresolved or there's some kind of open loop here energetically, so that even though I'm hearing you've healed, like you seem to be glowing, you seem to be radiant, you seem to be thriving, but there's a part of you that has been left on this, in this past place or relationship or situation energetically. And I feel you've reached this point where you've been desiring to take back that part of yourself, to retrieve it. But the thing is, I'm hearing you have to go into the wound to retrieve what you lost there. And that's what this whole process of creation is about that we're talking about. This is about you retrieving something that you left in a wound that, yes, has scabbed and healed over. I'm hearing for some of you, it may have vanished without a scar. Maybe for some of you, you don't even really carry around the residue from what you went through in this situation. Like if someone new met you, they would see you as confident, glowing, thriving, vibrant, healed, they wouldn't see you as someone who went through what you went through, because for some of you, you've even erased the scar. Now, for others of you, you may still carry those scars, and that's beautiful as well. Take it however it connects. But I feel for some of you, you've even erased the metaphorical scar of this situation. It hasn't left a mark visibly in any way. Even energetically, people don't really notice, but there's something buried within you. Like there's some hollow part of you deep within, and that hollow part of you calls you back to this person or this place. But I'm hearing it's not calling you back to reconnect necessarily with that person or with that place to take it back into your now life reality. It's calling you back so you can re-enter the wound and retrieve some part of yourself that was lost there. And I'm getting that the process of creating with your truth is how I'm hearing you safely go into the wound energetically without replaying the loop or getting pulled back into it. It's like you are making something with that energy. You are creating something new. You are changing its form. But at the same time, you are energetically going back into it, but not for the purpose of re-entering it, for the purpose of closing out that loop so you can fully allow yourself to move forward with all of you, with every piece and part of you energetically, rather than leaving this piece of yourself on that past kind of timeline or in that past space or relationship or connection. And I just keep getting someone questioning, like, is it wrong that I am speaking my truth or creating something out of this? Because am I just replaying old loops or old cycles? But that's not the case. You're not replaying. You're healing through this temporary trip into your past, into a wound, to retrieve and reintegrate a part of yourself. And I'm hearing it's making your voice stronger. I don't know if that's literal. Maybe it's changing your literal vocal tone, but I'm getting that whether or not it's literal, it's definitely symbolic and metaphoric. It's making you a stronger communicator. It's allowing for a clearer connection between you, your inner self, and how you communicate all of that openly and clearly with the world. Even without words, even just how you show up in a space, that is a form of communication. And that communication, the way you're showing up, is becoming stronger as a result of you taking this past wound or pain and creating something new out of it, telling your truth in some way. So I know this is going to be a very rare reading. I know this won't be for everyone, but if this is for you, I would love if you feel guided to it to let me know what it is you are creating with, what you went through, or what you're creating with, whatever you feel comfortable sharing. If you do feel comfortable sharing anything here, I really do love the community aspect of this channel. I love how we can all come together here virtually and share our thoughts and wisdom and experiences. I think it's such a collectively powerful and uplifting kind of connection that we share here. So thank you for co-creating with me. Thank you for being part of this. And if you would like assistance in clearing your energy and manifesting in your own life, even taking this pain, this energy from your past and creating with it, I really recommend incorporating subliminals into your daily energy routines, whatever those are for you. I personally noticed such a powerful shift in my creations over time. I noticed a shift in my voice, in the way I show up, communicate myself, in the way I pursue my dreams. Really, in all areas of my life, I noticed massive changes as I started using subliminals on a daily basis. And this is why I've now created my own Subliminals app. It's called Sound and Soulful. So right now on the screen, I'm showing you a little bit around the app. I have Subliminals for essentially every area of life, for love, relationships, for twin flames, if you've experienced a twin flame dynamic and would like energy clearing tools to assist you in that, for love, relationships, business, money, material manifestations, appearance, and so many other things as well. Everything that we manifest really does start energetically and then manifest itself physically as a result of our energy, but so many of our thoughts are subconscious. Research often says over 95% of our thoughts are subconscious. And subliminals are so powerful because they target that subconscious 95% of the mind. That is why I and so many others have experienced fast shifts using subliminals as opposed to other manifestation techniques. So if you are connecting with this reading and you would like a subliminal recommendation, I would really recommend my magnetic feminine energy subliminal if you are a divine feminine. Personally, when I started using this, I noticed myself magnetizing in so much support, love, positive attention. I felt my energy becoming softer, more radiant, more vibrant. So this is a really beautiful place to start, but there is so much to explore in the app. And when you find subliminals that you align with, you can create your own custom private playlists in the app as well. And you can listen in 10 different background sound options for each one. So you can try out the subliminals I've made totally free for the first 7 days when you create an account in the app. So I will leave a link to download the app directly underneath this video in the pinned comment and description box if that's something that you would be interested in. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading here. Thank you so much again for tuning in today. I am sending you all huge amounts of love. Take care, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.